Hello everybody. After not driving this 1984 380 SL for more than 10 years, I've decided to get it running again. And actually after a new fuel pump and fuel filter and a fuel line, it's actually running really well. The only thing not working on the car right now is the fuel gauge. So the fuel sending unit appears not to be working. It should be a pretty easy fix and a replacement in the back of the rear deck of the car. Fuel sending units up here. Tip number one, it requires a 46mm hex to remove it, and I would encourage you to either look for a 46mm or a 1 13/16 socket, whichever is the cheapest. Actually, the most versatile for you would be the 1 13/16. What you need is a 46mm socket, but in fact a 1 13/16 inch socket will also work quite nicely. I decided to buy the 1 13/16. Tip number two, I'm just going to test to make sure the fuel sending unit's bad. So bad could mean it's stuck, corroded, one of the resistance wires is broken off, or I just need to get a new unit. The new units are under 150 bucks, so that's a pretty straightforward replacement. The pins are marked 1, 2, 3, and 4, so 1 and 3 across the top here, 2 and 4 across the bottom, reading left to right. And pin 3 is ground. Pin 2 is the fuel empty triangle warning. And pin 1 should be the level. So if you short out pin 1 to 3, you should have a full tank reading. And if you short it out between pins 2 and 3, you should have a fuel low triangle warning. So let's see if that works. I have pins 1 and 3 shorted together with this jumper, and let's just take a look and see what the fuel gauge says. So I've got my yellow triangle light on, so that's a good indication that the instrument cluster and the wiring and the gauge itself are not at fault, but let's just double check and see if we get a full tank reading if I jumper the other pins. So we want to jumper pins 1 and 3 together. So 1, 2, 3. So let's move up to pin 1. Put the camera down, sorry about that. There's pin 1. So we're in pin 1 and 3, and let's see if we have a full tank reading. There we go, full tank reading. So we know it's the fuel sending unit, and hopefully I can either repair it by cleaning it up, or if it's gummed up, or resoldering a wire if it's broken, or simply replacing it. For under 150 bucks, I'll have this car with everything working on it. I have the fuel sending unit out. It came out quite easily, and when I tip it, the float seems to be moving freely, but I do hear something else rattling around inside there. In surprisingly good shape for 86,000 miles and almost 40 years old. So I'll open it up and we'll take a look. Well, I found the problem. See that resistor right there? It's just sitting there loose. It's not connected to anything. Both ends of the resistor have unsoldered from wherever they were connected to. So they are not, that resistor is not connected to anything, and it should be. Well, it looks like this is not going to be fixable. That resistor is supposed to connect between here and here. And you notice how this terminal is moving up and down. I can connect the resistor here. I can resolder that pretty easily. But the fact that this is moving up and down tells me that this pad here is no longer connected to this post. I don't even have to take a resistance measurement reading to see. the sort of the head of the rivet or whatever is holding this connection point down has released, or is broken, or just worn away, or disintegrated. It's probably the best word. So even though I can attach the resistor to this point, I'm not going to have a connection to this pin. So time to move on and get a new one. I received my new fuel sending unit today. I bought it from a place called Parts Hawk, and I got a great price on it. I found a $20 off coupon, and my total net price delivered, including tax and shipping, was $115.99. So I feel like I did really, really well on this replacement part, since my old sender could not be repaired. So if you found this video helpful or informative, please give me a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.